Back again, Journal Journey, writing prompt number 49. If you haven't yet, please check out my comic book Flintlocked in the description. I have a link available on Amazon. You can buy it in paperback or Kindle. Would really appreciate it. But let's get into writing prompt number 49, which is, do you feel like there's a void in your life? And if so, what could be causing it? And this is thought about this, and a lot of major things in my life. I have, I'm very fortunate. I have family, I have friends, I have a partner, I have a job, I have a home. A lot of those things are good, but something that it took me a little while to remember, it's gone, void in my life, and it may sound a little much at first, but like a big void in my life right now in this current time. It's around the end of September of 2020 during the pandemic, and that's live comedy and live entertainment, such as plays, or in that category, I put seeing movies in theaters. I say it's a void mainly because for the better part of 2 years, stand-up comedy was a large portion of my life. A lot of nights were going to open mics. They were going to shows I got booked on. They were going to see other shows to support friends, going to see other shows just because I wanted to have a night to go see a show, whether that's play or comedy. It's not just stand-up. Sometimes it was variety shows. Sometimes it was sketch shows. And something that it's hard to explain unless you're someone who is involved in it as well. But even though a lot of open mics are awful, and some shows can be awful, whether it was with friends hanging out during those and not necessarily crowds per se, or the comedians causing it, I was laughing a lot throughout the week. Almost every night I was doing something comedy related. So I was laughing a ton. And now, with how crappy the world is, it's not that I never laugh, but it feels like a giant void in comparison. Because, there were some times where I'd get off work, I'd go to maybe a couple mics, or I'd go to one show, hop to another show, or I'd produce a show, and while I was hosting, I got to just watch it. Yeah, I was laughing a lot. And when you're involved around comedy, you're around a lot of funny people, so hanging out before or after the show, during the show, cracking up with other comics, and sure, I could be doing socially distant shows or Zoom shows or outdoor shows. I'm not currently pursuing it. I may at some point, but yeah, ever since March, and what's funny is even right before the lockdowns happened, March, I think it was like the 14th or something like that, were like my final two shows. I was in Denver visiting Jess, my friend who I do the Entertainment Buffet podcast with, and I got booked at a couple shows in Denver. Since I was going to be in town, I did a couple guest spots, and little did I know, I did 5 minutes at a brewery show just to open in a guest spot, that would be my last show in a long time. Here it is, September, so that's solid 6 months, which, back when I was first starting doing open mics, I would easily go 3 to 6 months between mics and shows, but the last 2 years, since around September 2018, it was pretty often for a brief period. I ran an open mic every week, and like I said, I try to get booked on at least a handful of shows throughout the month. I produced a couple shows, would go and try to attend shows to support other comedians. So it's been such an adjustment because when you're just surrounded by that much comedy and laughing and friends, going to how things have been, working remote, I'm not around people in the office as much. I was around some coworkers who'd make each other laugh. And yeah, now I am often only seeing the same few people or talking to people on the phone. And sure, I still laugh. I still watch stuff is fun, but it's just not the same. There's nothing like live comedy, and yeah, that's a big white right now, and it's being caused because of the pandemic. And yeah, who knows? It may not even come back in 2021. It may not be till 2022 for all I know. But yeah, this has felt like a long 6 months, not only because of all the crappy things happening in the country, the pandemic itself, but also being without something that was such a staple. But yeah, that is the point of my life. That's the point of my life. And what's yours? Do you have one? Comment below. Let me know. And tomorrow we'll be doing Ready Prompt number 50.